Joining us from Maldives is our correspondent Rajiv Bhattacharya. Rajiv, taking a cue from today's meeting between both foreign ministers SM Krishna and his Pakistani counterpart Hina Rabbani Khar, both sides apparently have made their position very clear on terror. So that in a way also sets tone for all important meeting between two prime ministers, Dr. Manmohan Singh and his Pakistani counterpart tomorrow. How do you look at today's meeting?
Well, I think today's meeting is just a lead into the big meeting which is there tomorrow in the morning. And as you can quite well understand, that all aspects of the relationship between the two countries will be discussed. But having said that, I think there is an understanding, there is a feeling that there is some forward movement on the part of Pakistan and be welcomed by India, and with the trade between the two countries having increased significantly over the last few years, and if and when the MFN agreement is put in place, one can expect quite a significant, quite a major jump in the volume of trade between the two countries. But at the same time, I think the old issues, as the Foreign Secretary said in his briefing, that all aspects of the relationship will be discussed, and therefore one is looking ahead to the meeting which will take place tomorrow. And I would also like to add that along with those meetings will come meetings with the President of Sri Lanka and the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. So this SAARC summit is providing a platform for India to meet all its near neighbors and have an open exchange of ideas between the heads of state sakal.
Right. Rajiv, also, besides Indo-Pak bilaterals, which almost we can say are the highlight of any SAARC meetings, if you remember, you were there in the last SAARC summit at Thimphu as well. That's also when SM Krishna was meeting his Pakistani counterpart at the sidelines of the meet. Now today, again, we had this important meeting between two foreign ministers. But talking about broader agenda and how India is going to focus that, how India is going to put forward that. Dr. Manmohan Singh has already talked about push for greater liberalization of trade under SAFTA, which is in a way very much in sync with the theme of this summit, that is building bridges. So what more details do you have on that?
Right. Let me say that whenever a SAARC summit happens, the India-Pakistan meeting gets highlighted by the media. But there is an important aspect to SAARC, which is that there have been forward movements in other areas as well. One can recall the setting up of the SAARC University, which has come up, and it is a university which is being run by the SAARC, and it happens to be based in India, but it is an educational institution which has the management from all the SAARC member nations, and there is, as you mentioned, some agreement on climate change, which was the theme last year. So all in all, SAARC is a growing movement, and one thing has to be noticed about SAARC is that there was a time when the rest of the world didn't look at SAARC much, but now the situation is such that you have more observers at SAARC than members. So this is a situation where there are a lot of countries that are taking interest in SAARC, because of the economics of the region, where this part of the world is growing at a faster rate than the rest of the world economy. So there are countries from across the world which are looking at this region, and therefore we find that the number of observers here has gone up significantly, which is one part of SAARC which really gets mentioned.